And happy Sunday, happy Memorial Day weekend to all of you watching either live or later on. This is another segment of Real Talk Live, I should say. And as always, my co-host, James Mooney.
What's up, guys?
James, thanks for coming on.
Thanks for having me, man.
The world hasn't seen you in a while. It's been a while since we did one of these streams. Last night. What are you drinking? What are you drinking tonight?
I am drinking Hell or High watermelon.
That's such a good beer. It really is.
It's really awesome, man. I love it.
I told you for a while. I think I had it first time 2 years ago, maybe even 3 years ago. And I only found it at Target, believe it or not. Target's the place that I found it, and can't go wrong for $9.99 for a 6-pack when I know it sells for more elsewhere. All right, so basically, you should know by now what me and James are going to do. We're going to break down most of the news that happened this week. A couple of old stories we can revisit or have been updated. But in general, we're just going to touch up on some of the news that happened this past week in all entertainment. So sports, TV, movies, etc. So if you're tuning in live, that is exactly what me and James are going to be going on about in a second. James, we're going to start. So I want to start about this. So I was talking to you about this before we went on. You had said, you saw that the topic when I popped up the bubble. So basically what this was, and it's been rectified since, I do want to clarify on that. But what was going on is earlier in the week, Netflix has been streaming the whole trilogy for Back to the Future. So earlier in the week, it was brought to, I guess, Netflix attention, Bob Gale and even Zemeckis, their attention as well as obviously Netflix and Universal. Apparently, Universal sent Netflix accidentally an edited version of Back to the Future Part 2. And the only thing that was edited was the scene when he goes back to 1955 again to get the sports almanac from Biff.
Right.
And when he thinks he's going to get it from the garbage can in the principal's office, Strickland's office, he pulls it out of the garbage can, and all it was the cover of the sports almanac, but in the book itself was Ooh La La, the nudie magazine or whatever. Yeah.
Yeah.
So not only the cover was cut out, but also some pages, and the scene itself was cut short. So it was obviously rectified. Netflix took that down. Universal says that basically what had happened was, I guess one of the countries that did show that movie edited themselves. So that was the version that for some reason Universal sent Netflix.
Oh wow!
Because Netflix doesn't edit movies; they just stream
whatever they're given,
what the studios give them exactly. And Bob Gale, one of the writers and Zemeckis, they honestly didn't even know such a copy even existed, and they actually asked Universal to burn, literally destroy that copy, burn that copy.
They had to have known. I mean, they had to have known. It's probably just been something.
No, they had no idea.
Wow.
They had no idea, and they asked Universal to destroy the copy because it's basically censorship of their movie, of their product. So again, since then it has been rectified. In fact, I just watched Back to the Future 2 last night on Netflix, so I can confirm that scene is back to normal. But I mean that's crazy,
Yeah, it is crazy.
But that was that. Yeah, so a lot of people are on an uproar because they thought Netflix was basically doing what we had talked about. I can't remember if it was one stream or two streams ago. Remember I told you that Disney Plus edited with CGI Daryl Hannah's behind in Splash.
Yeah.
So they thought they were like, why would Netflix, that's not really family friendly, family oriented, that it has so many different genres and so many different types of movies.
Yeah.
Why would they censor it? But again, it was not Netflix. It was just Universal sent them the wrong copy by accident. So that was that. In other news, and you can attest to this because you actually watched the show. I honestly, full disclosure, I have not watched one episode, but apparently Rubyrose hangs up her cowl and will no longer be Batwoman. So you've gone on to tell me that you actually think the show was good.
The show was decent. Yeah, I mean, I like it. I got into it. I didn't think I was going to like it at first, but then I just kept watching it, and then gradually I got into it. I mean, and I thought she was really good as Batwoman. So it was actually surprising that she quit.
I mean,
she hasn't really given a reason as to why she quit. She said it was a difficult decision to make. That's what I read, but
a lot of reviews when it first came out weren't friendly. You know, it really wasn't, and that's why. That's honestly why. I mean, it's not the only reason why. I honestly don't really watch many things on CW. It's on CW, right?
Yeah.
Just wanted to make 100% sure that that's the case. But I will say that I did read up more about it, and apparently, she has come out and said that the reason behind her quitting was because of the demand in hours in the work,
the schedule, right?
The scheduling. And the demand that it took on her body to do the physicality of the role. But I mean, I just don't. I can understand some of the other backlash she's gotten. The whole anything else that surrounded the controversy when she was first casted as a Batwoman, because she was an openly lesbian character and stuff like that. So I can get maybe the backlash, and I can get why she would want to turn away from the role after a full season. But here's the thing, and the same thing, what we were talking about last time about Robert Pattinson and stuff. If you're given a role of this caliber, and you're given a role of this nature, you're a Batwoman. What did you think coming into this?
Yeah, you got to take it seriously.
Now, I'm not saying that the hours put into it have to be like an insurmountable hours. Like I'm not saying that she needs to, put in 15 hours, whatever the production studio, whatever they were doing when they were filming, whatever the work week was. I don't know. I wasn't there. So I have no idea what a normal work week was when she was when she was filming. But the physical demands, I mean, I don't know. I mean, I'm not saying, look, that's her right. It is a big role. I'm not saying that that's false. I'm not saying that that's why she did that. That's not true. Or I think there were other reasons. There might have been other reasons. But do you think that's a reason enough when an actor or actress leaves a role because of the physical demands of that part?
Do I think it's reason enough?
Yeah.
I mean, I would guess so. I mean, that wouldn't be my only. I'm sure it wouldn't be like if it was me. I wouldn't say that would be. No, I would say that it's not reason enough. But I mean, that's just my opinion. But
okay. I mean, again, hats off to her. Good luck in what you do afterwards. I mean, I don't have anything against Rubyrose.
No.
I thought she played a decent.
I thought she was really good. Yeah.
I thought she played a decent character in Orange is the New Black and stuff like that. So the things I've actually seen her in. So, it's just that again, when you're given the role of Batwoman or even Batman, it's just what did you think?
What do you expect? Yeah.
What did you expect? But and the other thing is too. I mean, I believe they had a actor lined up to play Bruce Wayne in season 2. It looked like they were trying. There obviously was another season was happening. Obviously, it does suck for fans that did like her. And I'm not saying they can't cast a different role, a different person now.
Yeah, but it's not going to be the same when you're used to seeing the actress playing that character.
Yeah. But I mean, you could also say
especially the lead role. So when season 2 does come, it might not resonate well with the fans anymore.
Yeah, but you can also say the same thing for Batman. I mean, how many fucking different Batmans did we have?
That's true. Yeah.
So I mean, if the casting is right and the show is right, it also comes down to story.
Yeah.
And each episode's script. So if those are good and they cast the right role, I've heard, honestly, I can't think of the names. I've heard some other names come out. I want to say Alexandra Daddario, I believe, was one that said. I think that was a fan cast.
Why do I know that name?
You know her. She was in that show you like, True. Woody Harrelson, the True Detective. Yeah. Okay. So that's based on that. So I mean, that's the story. That's so far what's been confirmed and why she left. But
okay.
All right. So now we have another story. And this was a big one throughout, basically throughout, the comic book nation
Yeah,
and
we both had this one.
all the fans that were, pushing for this and wanted this since the other Justice League was released in 2017. And when it came out, apparently that I think I don't think it's 70%, but let's just say 70% of what was actually shown was not even Zack Snyder's what do you call it, vision.
Right.
So everybody was saying, "Oh, release the cut, release the cut." Now people have been speculating from years, I guess you can say, but especially for the last few months because there's been this, release the Snyder cut hashtag, and a lot of people were skeptical on if there was even a cut that existed and stuff like that. And I mean, apparently, when you break down what Zack Snyder says, there really wasn't a cut. It was just bits and clips that he has, and they got to finish it. And I think they're going to be given at least $30 million to finish the project. So that's
Wow.
that's all production, post production, actors coming in to do maybe additional dialogue, addition of reshoots and stuff like that. So I mean, they're literally going to shoot a movie, pretty much a whole different type of movie. So.
Right.
So it's a big thing. I mean, I personally thought that, I mean, I know a lot of people thought this, hence the reason why they want the Snyder Cut to be released. But I personally did not like the Justice League movie. I thought it was horrible.
I didn't see it. Yeah, I didn't really see it.
But I also exactly. I mean, but hold on. I don't know about Avril Lavigne, but in comparison with that, and I agree with you on that, John, but in comparison with these, Darren wasn't it would have been like them. It would have been the what's the word I'm looking for? The not the equation. What's the
Equivalent.
Yeah, thank you. The equivalent of that would be them switching Samantha, with them taking Elizabeth Montgomery out and switching her out. Not Darren. Darren was a side character. Darren was, a supporting character. Same thing with Aunt Viv. Yeah, they switched Aunt Viv, but I mean, she wasn't really a main character. That again would have been like them taking out Will Smith, and So, and Avril Lavigne, I don't even know that show. What's up, Mike?
What's up, Mike?
Thanks for stopping in. Thank you for commenting, guys. I appreciate it. But so I also don't like the direction that this DCEU in general is following. It's following no type of structure. I mean, if you take the MCU and you take the Marvel formula and what they've been able to do over the last, 12 years now, with Iron Man starting it off and then building a world and building, slowly but surely building up to something big, then you have, dude, the DCEU is all over the fucking place. And the thing about the Snyder Cut, will I watch it? Of course I will, because I want to see if it's better. I want to see if his vision was actually better than what was put out. However, what is it going to do for your movies when you're not going in the same direction that platform basically was based on? Because back then, when Justice League was filmed and made, they were going in a totally different direction. And there's just so many other question marks now about, what are you going to do with Flash? What are you going to do after Wonder Woman 1984 comes out in August? Aquaman, Henry Cavill, is he Superman? Is he not Superman? I mean, there's a lot of things that they don't know. And also the Joker too. I mean, look at the Joker. The Joker was the Joker was their biggest financial success.
Right.
And it has nothing to do with the DCEU. It has nothing to do with any of those other movies. So you got to put into question. And again, I think they're doing it the right way with HBO Max. It helps both of them out. It's a platform to which they can release it. And at the same time, it's highly beneficial for HBO Max and getting new subscribers to that that streaming service. I know a lot of people that are going to subscribe based on that. Yo! What's up, Ant?
What's up, Ant? What's going on, man?
How you doing? How you enjoying your Memorial Day weekend? I mean, I can tell you how you're enjoying it because I can see your pictures. Aquaman was also Aquaman,
I didn't get to see Aqua. I heard it was terrible.
and I've gotten shit for it too. I've gone on to other YouTube channels and I've gone on to and commented. I wasn't being derogatory. I just basically said I thought Aquaman was. I honestly think Aquaman was worse than Justice League. To be honest with you. I mean, but that's just, and obviously anything I say here and here on out is obviously just my opinion. But I really, and I'm not hating on DC. I've said time and time again that I love the Christopher Nolan Batman trilogy. I thought Man of Steel was a half decent movie.
I like Man of Steel. Yeah, I liked it.
And when I say half decent, it's because I feel like when you watch Man of Steel and you watch the first half of the movie, and then you watch the second half of the movie, they're two different movies. The first half of the movie, leading up to him being Superman and the backstory and him as Clark Kent, I loved. Once they started getting into the battle with Zod and all the destruction in the city and all the other shit that's going on in the background, I was just like, all right. It was a little overkill. It was a little overkill for me. But anyway, I'm looking forward to it. I'm honest. I'm actually.
I'm a fan of Zack Snyder. Didn't he do the what was the Batman vs Superman: Dawn of Justice, right?
Yes.
Okay, so then that was Affleck playing Batman in that.
Yeah, and I did. And
so does that mean is he going to come? Is Affleck playing Batman in Justice League, in the cut?
Yeah, I mean he's in it.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. He is in it, and that's another reason why I wouldn't mind watching this because I want to see if they do it right.
It's probably. I bet you it'll be good.
I honestly
I liked him as Batman.
No, but I also didn't mind Batman vs Superman. But
no, I thought it was good. Yeah,
but the version I actually liked the best was the director's cut. I like the actual. It makes the movie a little bit better because they cut out a lot that I think needed to be in there to make the movie a complete movie. So I went out and I got that on Blu-ray when it came out a couple of years ago. I bought the director's cut because I wanted to see if there was a difference, and I can honestly say there was. Okay. And you and I went to see that. That was the second time I was seeing it too.
Right.
You and I went to see Batman vs Superman in the movie, and we liked it. So so I'm looking forward to it. I honestly subscribed to HBO Max about a week or so ago, so well before I even heard the news about the Zack Snyder cut. So I'm looking forward to it. And the other thing is too, we don't even know how they're going to release it. They're talking about maybe doing like a 6-part series, which I think is stupid. I think if there is a 4-hour cut, which they're saying that's what it's probably going to be the length. If you're not going to edit it, if you want that 4-hour cut to come out, either split it into 2 movies because you were going to do that originally.
Yeah.
Their original plan was to split Justice League Part 1. I think it was called Dawn of Justice, and then something else was the other title for the second part.
I like that idea better. Yeah, I like that idea better.
Or just release the 4-hour cut. I mean, you're watching it from home. It's not like you have to go to you have to worry about a bathroom break in the theaters like Avengers Endgame.
Right.
So and look how long The Irishman was. So I think you'll be fine either way, but I am looking forward to it. Again, I'm not really much of a DCEU fan and whatnot, but I will be there when it finally airs. So I'm looking forward to that. So you definitely that was one of the things you wanted to talk about. What's some of the other stories you had?
Okay. Here's one I seen on David Arquette confirmed for Scream 5, obviously reprising his role as Dewey.
Right.
And Nev Campbell is also in talks to come back as Sidney Prescott. I seen that on TMZ. So I think that I'm a fan of the Scream movies. I think that'd be pretty interesting.
Yeah, but correct me if I'm wrong. Aren't they labeling this a reboot?
A reboot? I think. You know what?
I'm almost positive it says David Arquette to reply.
Why did Scream 5 then? If it's a reboot.
To reprise his role in the Scream reboot.
But then why would it be Scream 5? That doesn't.
I don't know. I mean, is it Scream 5? I mean, that could be just
what that's what I read. Scream 5. Yeah.
That could just be what they're calling it now. It doesn't necessarily mean it's going to be called.
That's true. It might not be it might not be the.
So that's the only thing I was confused about with that story, and that's why I kind of didn't believe it at first, because it's like, all right, well, how are you bringing Arquette back as Dewey if you're going to reboot it? And what does that mean?
It's pre-production. That's what it says.
What does it say?
It's in pre-production. It says a new installment of the Scream horror franchise will follow a woman returning to her hometown to try to find out who's been committing a series of vicious crimes.
John likes that idea, and I know he's a big fan of the original Scream.
A sequel than see a reboot. I don't want to see a reboot.
No, I'd rather see a sequel too. I thought if I had to pick, I thought Scream 4 was the weakest of the four.
Yeah.
But I didn't mind either.
The third one really wasn't that great. I didn't think.
I didn't mind the third one. I actually liked the soundtrack a lot to the third one, believe it or not. But I mean, the first, I think if I have to,
the original is always the best. Yeah,
and even the second one wasn't bad. But I'm up for it as long as it's not a reboot and as long as it's done the right way.
Yeah, exactly. I agree.
But then again, like, so what do you even do now? Like, I'm trying to even think, like, who would be the killer this time and stuff. Like, what's the story? And just, I hope they do it the correct way. I hope they do it right. I honestly can't remember the plot to Scream 4.
I can't, yeah. Obviously, it couldn't have been that good if I can't remember it.
I'm trying to remember.
But like I said, I think with them doing just a continuation of the film franchise,
right,
and just being another story of another killer, basically another story, continuation, another killer, where they have to, basically a whodunit, pretty much.
Yeah, and that's the other thing too. I also hope they.
Yeah, definitely. I agree. It better.
They should, and they should. But yeah, I mean that's cool. I'm looking forward to it. When I saw that news report about Scream, a possible Scream 5, and even with David Arquette as Dewey, I mean, I even love that. Yeah, so that's what I thought. Emma Roberts was the niece, and they tried to reboot the idea with her.
Yeah, that's right. I remember now. Yep.
Right. So we'll see what happens. Was Hayden Panettiere in part 4?
I think she was. Yeah.
Right? Wasn't she in part 4?
I believe she was. Yeah.
She was another good one. Madame Minky. What was the other one you wanted to talk about? You also said something about the Prodigal Son, right?
Yeah, Prodigal Son being renewed by Fox for season 2. Now, if anybody hasn't watched the show, it's a really good show. I was skeptical about it at first. It had its moments, some good, some bad, but it actually got a lot better. I know you gave up on it, but I told you should try and give it another shot. I don't know. I just thought some episodes, and again, we're talking about the Prodigal Son. Is that on Fox? Fox, yeah. So the Prodigal Son is a show that just started last year, I should say, for Fox, and it's got good actors in it, especially the father. Who plays the father again? What's his name? Michael Sheen. Michael Sheen? Yeah, Sheen. Okay, and then the son, we know him as Jesus. I forgot his real name. I can't. He plays Jesus. If anybody watches The Walking Dead you'll know him as Jesus. Obviously, he's going to look a lot different because he doesn't have a beard and whatever. But right. So he plays the son of a serial killer who, based on that and based on his gift set and based on his skills, he helps solve crimes with the NYPD and the detectives. And sometimes he even goes to his father, who is a serial killer, who's locked away in prison for help, for advice. It's almost like a Hannibal Lecter kind of thing, to be honest with you. So again, I didn't think it was a bad show. I think Michael Sheen was really good too as the father. He's excellent. It just lost me in a few episodes, and I don't know. I honestly, dude, I know this sounds horrible, but the only reason why I even stuck around as long as I did was because I thought the mom was hot. I was like, all right, I want to see what the mom's wear. What's she wearing this week? Sister. The sister's all right, but I'm not really into blondes. But I told you that I thought she was attractive, and also the police officer, who's Lou Diamond Phillips. Yeah. No, not. What? Yeah, I thought Lou Diamond Phillips was hot. I'm talking about you were talking just people in the show. I didn't. No, I'm talking about the female officer. You know who her father is? No.
I can't.
I can't think of who you're talking about.
Hold on. I can't think of his name on the show. He was in Lost. I think his name was it Michael?
You talking Michael Emerson?
No.
No.
His name was Harold Perrineau.
Oh, Harold Perrineau. Yeah, I know.
That's his daughter.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. All right.
Yeah, I found that out looking her up. I was like, wait a minute.
Harold Perrineau was on Oz.
Yeah, I know him from Lost.
Yeah, me too.
He played Michael Dawson. But yeah, you know what? Now that I have Hulu again, I'll give Prodigal Son a second chance. I'll catch up, and then maybe we'll see what the second season's about. But all right, what else you got for us tonight?
That's pretty much it right now.
All right, well, don't worry because I got a couple of other topics. So let's go to sports. There's nothing new on baseball as of yet. The only thing I've heard is that New York sports teams are given the green light by the governor today, actually as of today, to go to their prospective home stadiums and report to spring training.
Oh, that's good news.
I believe by Tuesday. So that was just as of today. So that is what Governor Cuomo has said. Governor Cuomo has said, given the green light of obviously with precaution and standards and other things in play, but they are allowed to report to spring training. So, I said Tuesday. I might be wrong on that Tuesday thing. It might be in June, but I'm starting in June. But at least that's the news on baseball. That's the only new news on baseball. The other thing that was reported is there was a proposal that hockey was trying to pass for a 24-team playoff, and that was also approved, I believe, yesterday by the board. So hockey was given a green light. Obviously, they still have to iron out all the details and stuff like that. They have to make sure that everything is up to standards and up to code, and so all that. But anyway, so their proposal is now it's a 24-team playoff bracket with 12 in the East, 12 in the West. Instead of 8 and 8 like it normally is, but they just wanted to give an advantage to the teams because again, they lost what 2 months into the season, almost probably a little over a month.
Mm-hmm.
So they wanted to be fair, so they're doing it for the top 12 teams in each division. I mean, in each conference. So what that does now is it's going to give the top 4 teams a bye in each conference, and then the seeds 5 through 12 will play each other in a 5-game series because normally they play 7. And then after that round is over, it'll be the 8, the original 8-team layout.
That doesn't sound too bad. Yeah, that sounds all right.
And it, like I said, it's a cool idea because it does give teams. I don't know if the Rangers made it based on that. I don't know. I don't know how far down and went in the standings to, for which team qualified. But if I'm not mistaken, I think the Rangers might be in it. I'm not really sure.
Okay.
But I do know the Islanders are, though, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. But, that's a good idea. And then the other thing on the other side of sports as well is that now the NBA is eyeing late July games to be played in Orlando's ESPN Wide World of Sports complex. So that's just outside of Disney World, and it's an expansive, massive sports complex that can hold several different games.
Yeah, well, that makes sense too because that's what. Matter of fact, Disney is actually reported to be opening in July too. So.
Okay. So now I don't know what they're going to do as far as. Now, I don't know if they're going to be finishing the season because that's what it says about finishing the season, or they're going to go right to the playoffs, just like hockey's doing. And they're going to do also, instead of doing like an 8-team seed, they're going to do a 24 as well, 12 and 12, which is, I think it would make the most sense.
If they finish the season, then they would have to shorten. Well, how much time left would be in the season?
Well, but the thing is that hockey and basketball both share that 82-game seasons.
Right. Okay.
So if hockey and basketball stopped at the same time, And
So the
hockey's
same thing
jumping.
would be a little over a month.
Might as well follow the same formula and just jump right into a 2014 bracket playoff.
That makes sense. Yeah.
So that's that. You know, and I guess for a lot of people, and I'm assuming they're going to be playing fanless games. That's
Yeah.
you know. So I know for a lot of people for a lot of people that have been dying to watch sports, especially hockey and basketball fans, and not even for the fans, even the players are just really happy to get up, get back in it. So that's I guess that's good news. Now, if we only got better news for baseball,
Yeah.
All right. So the last topic for today is, and again, it looks like they're still holding on to that July 17th release. It didn't say so in the trailer, but it does say in other. It says it on YouTube, and it also says it on I believe the website. But they just released the second trailer for Tenet, and you watched it. So, what was your first reaction for it? Now, did you take my advice and watch the first one too, or you just watched?
No, I only watched the second trailer. Yeah.
So, what did you think?
I mean, the premise of the movie, it looks like it's going to be a decent movie. I mean, considering what it's about, and I mean, I was actually surprised to see, as we talked about him the other day, Robert Pattinson. I was like, oh, that's right, he's in this too.
Yeah.
And who's the other actor that's in it with him? I'm trying to remember the guy in the suit.
I actually don't know who that is.
Oh, you don't? Okay.
No.
I thought he looked familiar, but I couldn't figure out where I've seen him before.
I only know of Pattinson, obviously Michael Caine. We see Kenneth Branagh. What is it? How do you say?
Kenneth Branagh. Yeah,
he's in it. I think supposedly he plays the bad guy.
I think it looks good, man. Now I'm a Nolan fan. I think it's going to be a good movie, and I can see
what's Denzel's son's name?
Who?
Denzel, his son. What's his name? Is it Denzel?
Denzel Washington?
Yeah, that's who it is. That's Denzel Washington's son.
Is it really?
Yeah.
I didn't even know that. Okay. I didn't know.
What the hell is his name?
I didn't even know. I had no idea.
Not David Washington. I don't, honestly, that's horrible that I can't think of his first name right now.
Isaiah?
Okay.
I had no idea that was his son, number one.
Yeah. He was in Black Klansman as well.
Okay.
Which was another great movie.
That's interesting.
So here's my thing. I've been ever since this was announced, even before they showed a trailer, they were like, "Oh, Nolan's
his name is John David Washington."
John David. Yeah. Why'd you say Isaiah?
I have no idea.
I don't even know why I said yes. It's like, yeah, Isaiah Thomas. So once they reported, had to be sometime.
There was an Isaiah Washington. I think that's why I said that. It might be.
Sometime last year, they reported the new Nolan movie, and this was way before anything was known about it, way before a trailer came out. And, I've been following and I've been wondering when they were going to show something. So they finally showed a small little trailer late last year. And then right before, I think it was in November, because right before when I was watching The Rise of Skywalker in theaters, they treated everybody there to almost like a 10 or 11 minute IMAX clip. So it wasn't even a trailer. It was just like, it was just footage. It was like 10, 11 minutes of footage of the movie. So we got to see that. And then they finally released the second trailer with more in it.
Okay.
I have to say, I had to watch this trailer like 5 times. And to me, I'm more confused now than I was when I saw the first trailer, because they show more in it, but I still don't understand what the hell is going on.
Oh, it's definitely a Nolan movie.
And I'm not.
If you don't know what's going on, it's definitely a Nolan movie.
I mean, and obviously, I'm going to go see it. Obviously, I mean that goes without saying. I think it's a great idea. It's
it has something to do with them predicting the future. I think.
What?
It has something to do with them predicting what's going to happen in the future.
I don't know if it's about predicting. So
not exactly. No, I'm saying it wrong. Not exactly predicting it, but they're trying to prevent something from happening in the future.
I don't see. The thing is, I don't even know if you're right or wrong.
I got out of it when I watched the trailer.
They're calling it inversion in the trailer. So inversion. So it's not time travel. They're calling it inversion and Tenet, and I don't know what either of that means. So
The
it's
only
definitely
tenant I know you're a tenant and you live in an apartment.
that's Tenant with Tenet. Tenet.
No, I'm joking. I know.
Imagine Ross from Friends saying that word Tenet, Tenet instead of pivot. Anyway, so I mean, it looks like it's going to be like like an Inception where
It's probably going to be a long movie.
you have to see it 2 or 3
You have
times.
to watch it 500 times to understand it.
Exactly.
Hopefully not fall asleep the first 499 times.
But the thing is, if I'm feeling this way in the trailer, I'm worried about the movie now.
Yeah. But then again, if you like you said, if it's anything like Inception, you loved it.
I absolutely loved it. I've seen that movie at least 20 times, at least, probably more. That's how much I love the movie. I think Inception, and I've gone on to say that so many times, that Inception's like one of my more modern day favorite movies. Because, I mean, obviously I have movies that were like 20, 30 years old, 40 years old that I like a little bit better. But in the last 10 years, not 10. It was. It's been 10 years. In the last 10 years, easily one of my favorites, if not my favorite. So, and again, I love the Dark Knight trilogy that he did. I think Christopher Nolan is a great storyteller and he's a great director. So I'm highly anticipating this movie. And again, you know what? I'll probably, after this stream, I'll probably go watch the trailer a couple of more times. Because it just
get a better understanding of it and it makes sense.
Yeah. But again, I
should probably watch that first trailer, like you said.
I would. I mean, it's the same thing. It's the same elements from the second trailer are going to be in the first trailer, but they don't really show you different. They just show you more. Okay. So, I don't know, but I guess it's a wait and see. Let's see if it even still comes out in July. Everything's as far as we can say, and as far as we can tell, everything is pointing to the right direction of things opening up.
Right. Slowly. Slowly but surely.
But slowly, but don't call me Shirley.
But that's the right way to do it. It should be done slowly.
Yeah.
Opening up.
Slowly. Do it.
Oh, so slowly.
Do it. No, how does he say it in True Lies, the guy? Do it slowly. Do it. He has it in but he has that like French accent or whatever. It's like, do it slowly. Do it sexually. What does he? No, he doesn't say sexually. I think he says sensually. Such a great. True Lies was a great movie.
I love True Lies. I don't remember that part though.
Hey, remember the 80s?
Wasn't that yesterday?
I believe so. Yeah.
Okay.
All right. So you have no other. Seriously, you have no other. What do you call it?
That's pretty much it, man. I'm tapped out for now.
Just want to make sure I didn't skip over anything. Yeah. All right. Well,
and that's going to be about it.
Yeah, I mean, look, we're on almost 40 minutes. We don't have to keep that long. I mean, I thought it was an informative stream. Hopefully people at home thought so too. If you're still watching, please hit that like button. If you're watching from YouTube and you haven't subscribed yet, please do so. Again, this is going to be a regular show on at least once a week, giving you all the entertainment news that we can muster up, and then sharing it live with you guys, and hopefully you enjoy it. And as these stories, whether ones that we've already talked about, and as they develop and give us more info, or new developing and breaking stories, obviously we will be here to deliver them to you. If not, you can just literally just go on Google and get the same things we do. Hey, you want to watch that James and Joe show?
Yeah, I'll read about it tomorrow.
I'll read it in the papers. I'm gonna go get the papers. But James, thanks for coming on again.
Thanks for having me, man. Good time as always.
It's always been a pleasure. And also, guys, listen. If you want, drop a comment. Whether it's in the chat or after we sign off, drop a comment on the stream. Let us know some stories that maybe you've come across that we haven't talked about.
Anything you guys feel like you want to talk about, please give us some feedback.
Yeah, let us know. I mean, you guys might have a source that we don't know about, or something that you want to add to one of the topics that we did discuss. you can also do that, and it'd be greatly appreciated. Correct us if we didn't do anything right. And also, what's the other? Also, just like I said, any feedback at all would be great. But also hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't, and join me and James live. Usually every Saturday nights at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We just did it Sunday because we had to change a couple of things up this week. But generally, we're going to have Real Talk Live every Saturday night at 8 p.m. On my Facebook Live and also simulcast on my YouTube channel right here. So this has been Just Your Average Joe and James Mooney with another edition of Real Talk Live. Those of you that did stop in and made dropped a comment and in the chat, I want to thank you guys personally.
Thanks a lot, guys.
Yeah, it means a lot. Really, the interaction with you guys is what makes us do it. Makes us do this even more. Because I can honestly say if there aren't any comments or if there isn't any feedback or any positivity to it, it really would be discouraging, and it wouldn't have me and James do it as much or as often. So I just wanted to reiterate that. So, all right, James, I'm rambling here. I'm rambling.
Oh, let's go. It's all good.
But also too, if you're a fan of the Just Your Average Joe channel in general, we are thinking about and we have been discussing a trivia, some kind of trivia thing, and I'm really honestly trying to figure out how I'm going to do this. I do want to have, I can have up to 6 people on a stream in a given on a given stream. So if you guys are interested in coming on the show, obviously I have to know you personally. I'm not going to let somebody I don't know on right away. I probably have to get to know you. Probably have to take me out to dinner first. But you come on the show, and I want to have it where obviously I'd be the host. I'd be asking the trivia questions. I'm doing a point system. Easy questions are worth 1 point. Up to 3 points would be the hardest. And whoever's on that given night will pick and choose which questions they want to answer. And I guess it would be the first to get to a certain set amount of points, whether it's 35, 45, or 50, whichever one we decide on. But the thing is, I don't know how to do it where I'm asking the questions to the people that are on the panel, but then I don't want to exclude the people watching us live and that are in the chat, because I know they're going to want to ask, shout out the answer and do whatever. And I just don't want there to be any, not necessarily cheating, but I don't want there to be any manipulation to the answers that the people on the panel might answer. So if you guys can drop a feedback based on that and give me some helpful hints and some helpful insight on how to do that, because that's something that I want to do not only for the guests that come on the show, but also for the people at home watching, or in the chat watching, or in the car listening to, give you something to distract, give you something to do while passing the time, and so on and so forth. So that is what I'm going to be thinking about the next few days until I come on within my next stream. So
cool.
All right, James, it's about time to end the stream.
All right, man.
All right.
Have a good one.
All right. Good night, guys. Thank you for joining.
Later.
Later.